broadcasting from Lake Norman and Davidson, while serving all of North and South Carolina to the Florida coast and the Tennessee mountains. They are the Mortgage Planners, the Carolina's #1 real estate and mortgage radio, a premium lending experience with a planning approach that focuses on building wealth. Ranked top in the nation for over 3 generations, with well over $1 billion in closed mortgages and 3-time best-selling author. Here are your hosts, Brad and Jacob Roche.
Welcome to The Plan. This is Brad Roche, joined with Jacob Roche, the Planners. Here we are. Good morning, good afternoon. How are you, buddy?
Doing well.
Rocking and rolling. Yeah, buddy. Last show, 3Ds. We weren't talking like the movie 3D. We were talking about debt, divorce, and down payment. If that's of any interest to you, kind of check out that next show or the prior show, fortheplan.com. That turned out real well. I thought there was a lot of good practical things, a lot of things not necessarily fun to talk about, especially debt as you're going through the mortgage journey. But speaking of debt, Black Friday, what are we doing? We're going on crazy credit cards?
we pulled some good stats today.
No, I met you. I know we got some good numbers. Yeah.
I haven't thought about going to do some Black Friday shopping. I normally go online. I do the Cyber Monday.
You know, a lot of people go online and go out. I've gone out.
We used to go every year. I used to go to Concord Mills at midnight for like 5 years straight.
I don't like. I've done it now.
I'm not a fan anymore.
I'm not either. How many times do you have to go before you're not a fan of going live on Black Friday? Do you stay on? Do you know what AI and Google and Bing said?
I would probably about around the same as me. five times. Five times. With hopefully everyone had a great Thanksgiving. You're listening to The Plan, mortgage advice, debt advice. We're managing your liability. If your current mortgage, even if it's at 2.99%, I know, isn't being mortgaged or managed right, make sure you jump on the fortheplan.com, scan the code there, and get the software and download it for free. Yeah.
Pretty cool software. Comes out every Friday. Or not every Friday. It comes out once a month.
Yeah, once a month. It's not too much, but just there.
Well, I think it gives a lot of information towards the value of your house, which is a big asset, and then also looking at the debt you may have. So today's show, we're not talking debt, although Black Friday plays a part.
Yeah.
How does it not?
A lot of people asking about credit cards.
Well, we had a client call in and they, while they're getting the mortgage, can they charge things on Black Friday? Kind of a common question, I'd say.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
fair
not
question.
like
moving into a new house, might want some.
Yeah, you might want to get some stuff.
New furniture, new TV, things like that.
Yeah, check your debt ratio though. That could screw a deal up.
You're right.
No, I'm glad they call.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah. If you didn't call and you, man, hey, we're getting ready to close on our house next week. Well, we just did a credit refresh. And you got $9,000 in MasterCard charges with the $200 payment. You're over ratio. You don't qualify. Why'd you do all that? Oh, that was all for the new house. That's not good.
Yeah, and then you don't have the new house. Now you got all kinds of furniture you don't need.
Now I have some turkey questions for you for the first part of the show. I'd like to ask you how you're doing. If you're listening at home, this would be something if you're sitting around Friday, decide not to go shopping, maybe you play this game with a loved one sitting next to you, right?
Yeah.
So this will be Mortgage Feud. Got a little going on, right? Mortgage Feud, we'll call it that. Now, during Thanksgiving, what do you think the #1 popular dish served is? This isn't hard.
It's got to be turkey.
It is. Okay. But I want to go into number 2. What's your 2?
I would say probably mac and cheese.
Yeah, no, it's
maybe
not
stuffing.
It. Stuffing's number 3. Mashed potatoes came in at number 2 this year.
Oh.
What do people do spending, when they're getting ready for Thanksgiving? That's my next question. What do you see them doing?
I watch football games personally.
You do nothing.
Yeah, I don't do much.
You know what? The first answer was cooking, food prep. That'd be number 1. Yeah. Your answer was nothing. I don't do anything. I sit and watch football games. That's pretty awesome, man.
Depends on who you ask. Who they ask. Yeah.
Setting the table, decorations, all this fun stuff during it. Now, these are the cool things on Thanksgiving. Macy's Day Parade. Philadelphia has a big one. Lots of parades out there. You don't watch any parades, huh?
I watch Macy's Day Parade before football on. Sure. Yeah.
Thanksgiving's a good time. Do you enjoy, Angela was telling me it was her favorite holiday.
Really?
Favorite.
That's surprising.
Yeah. I like
to eat. I like Christmas better because you got best of both worlds.
Well, I like basketball games that come on Christmas Day. I like the tree up, and we have our tree up.
And you got food. Yeah, us too.
Well, big day. If you don't have Christmas trees up and things like that after this wonderful Thanksgiving, you got to go to get that done.
Yeah.
You putting lights up at your house?
Yeah, I need to.
No, did you? Are you going to? Not need to, want to. There's a difference in how I'm asking.
I have not, but I want to.
They can be expensive. We were putting them up the other night, and Angela says, well, it's great. We didn't have to buy anything new this year. It's always something broke.
Yeah, the lights always go out, one strand or another.
I had a set go out.
We did that on our Christmas tree, so.
My lights don't match right now.
Oh, that's annoying.
Well, they're the color lights, red, green. I think some are blue. All the different, the good, fun Charlie Brown looking ones. But I got big Charlie Brown on the left of my house, little Charlie Brown on the right. Looks kind of funny.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see.
Is it worth fixing?
Nah. I mean, you got another month. You got a month to look at it.
I do have another month to look at it. So if you're out shopping Black Friday, watch the debt. Why? Because it can affect your mortgage. And, debt ratios right now are probably one of the harder things we deal with. And not to depress you while you're out shopping, but this may. As you go into and charge things up, debt ratio with the interest rates being around 6.757%, it's harder to qualify people now. It was easier, buddy, a couple of years ago when you're doing 3%, 400,000, a couple grand a month. Yeah. It was way easier.
Yeah, probably a lot less credit card debt back then too.
Yeah, I would agree. So we've gone through, you figure the shift in interest rates, credit card debt, interest mounting, that's added up. You're looking at me like you have some stats you want to share on debt. Let's depress all the shoppers out there right now.
Well, I heard on Good Morning America this morning, actually, that consumer debt is at an all-time high with credit cards. That's what I heard personally this morning.
Do you know how much is spent on Black Friday alone? I have this for you. This is pretty outstanding.
No, I don't.
$9.8 billion.
Total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Whoa.
Yeah, that'll put some companies in the black.
Yeah, that'll put the average home, man. If you're planning on buying a house, you have to watch this. Every 10 grand you charge is a couple $100 a month we have to include in your debt ratio.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't help when you're coming to buy a house.
What can you buy on Black Friday that doesn't affect your debt ratio? I got you, buddy. I got this. Hey, this is the ultimate. If you're buying a house, here's the plan. You go get cell phones. We don't care what you do with cell phone.
That's true. Yeah, go to Verizon.
Turn the heat up. We don't care about your consumer bill. We don't turn the heat up. Go to Verizon. Buy all the phones you want. Get an iPad included. That we don't even ask about that. Isn't that a riot?
Yeah, go reshop your insurance or something. That's not as fun, but those are the things that we don't look at.
Reshop your insurance on Black Friday. Sounds like a great plan. Sounds like a great plan.
Not much you can do.
Yeah, I don't know as though that. No, you gotta watch that though. But every 10 grand is a couple $100 a month. So figure that in, and then you take the high interest rates now. They're talking about capping the interest on credit cards. We'll see if that happens. That would help a lot of people.
I did see that. They were looking to cap it at 10% interest rate, which would help us.
Well, it'd be half.
Yeah, a lot.
Help us who has credit card debt? Yeah, everybody on the planet would be happy with that.
And the lender as well.
I don't think there's anything wrong with charging some of the stuff and then paying it off. I think that's good for credit. You know what's funny? You've listened to other popular talk shows, even more popular than ours. Can you believe that? Yeah. They're out there. Well, they talk about how you don't have to have a credit score on a mortgage.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk to you about how that, I think it's admirable to pay cash for everything.
Yeah,
but I think today, and I also think it's cool not to be on your phone all the time. But today's day and age, you kind of got to be on your phone.
Yeah, you're right.
And you got to have some credit or you get affected in a negative way. And I want to talk about that. We're going to take a quick break. If you'd like some more information on past shows, some of the features we're talking about on today's show, while you're out shopping, enjoying the day, go to fortheplan.com. When you get home, we have some specials there for you. Definitely have a cool thing we're going to talk about. You get free on any mortgage and you get some discounts while you're out shopping. We'll be back in just a few.
Welcome back to The Plan. This is Jacob Roche, your co-host in the studio with Brad Roche, the mortgage planner, 704-412-2727, or go to fortheplan.com to check us out.
Okay, so I got one for you. Online shopper here. 72% of shoppers prefer deals online.
There it is. I thought that was accurate.
So I don't think it's accurate. I agree with the online shopping, but you mean to tell me that only 32% of those people are out there that Friday?
They must be all 32%.
Man, it's all solid 32% of everybody out there. I hope you're enjoying your day listening to The Plan, fortheplan.com mortgage advice. And we can break down the mortgage you have now. So if you're not getting it managed or want to look at the best situation, I can compare that to not looking at your 401k, your IRA statement in the last year. If you haven't done it, you need to. It's a mortgage. And you may say, oh, it's on autopilot. I'm at 3%. Don't put it on autopilot. Manage the equity. See what sales are going on around you. See if there's other opportunities for creating more wealth for you and your family, which is what we do through debt. Now, if you don't have debt and you're shy on cash, this may be an opportunity to balance it some and really get ahead with investing. You know, there's a lot that you can do when you have the equity. You know, there was an interesting stat out there. The average renter's net worth is about $10,000.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did see that. Do you remember what the average homeowner was? It was almost $400,000.
Yeah, and
nationwide,
and it's significant equity.
It had. I know it is, but think of the difference if you manage to put that on autopilot.
Yeah.
Like, I know it sounds like, do you think, okay, you got a mortgage, you're at around 6% because you've got in the last couple of years. Do you think that you should just have it on autopilot or be able to know what's going on, not only in your neighborhood, but value, trends in the mortgage business and what guidelines may be affecting you to borrow later, sell later, buy later? There's a lot to this.
Absolutely.
This is the biggest vehicle.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's important because one, I put about 10% down, but since I purchased, I've appreciated since. So like today I was running the numbers and saw that my value went up a little bit more and the balance that I owe is a little less. Now I'm at 81% loan to value, meaning my mortgage insurance, which is about $150 a month, will drop off. And I just got to reach out to the servicer hopefully within the next few months. I'll be watching my value though.
Wow, there's a non-autopilot right there. That's exactly what I'm talking about, though. Yeah. It's non-autopilot.
Well, I mean, what is that per year?
Significant.
That's $1,800 per year in mortgage insurance that I'll be paying, which if I wasn't looking at it.
Big screen TV, buddy.
Exactly.
That's a new big screen TV, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's a Black Friday screen.
That's a Black Friday big screen TV. You know, I did get one. I got a big screen TV. I was looking at them at Sam's the other day.
You did get one?
No, I haven't. They're not there yet. The price is not there yet. I scoped it out. It's not there yet. Not there yet. I was able to look at an 80-inch.
I keep my eye on
$800.
Oh, wow.
80 inches? Come on.
That's when I was a kid, that was a big TV. It's still a big TV. I mean, well, no, that's they used to be really expensive when I was a kid. Like, remember I was telling you they used to sit there on the ground and it was a big, everything included, speakers and everything.
Too big. Debt trends, a lot of millennials and baby boomers following closely with 27.9 and 28.6 respectively average debt they're carrying right now. So debt is part of the process. Mortgage accounts for nearly 24% of all consumer debt. They call that good debt.
Yeah. Why?
Because you get a lot of advantages to it, right? There's good debt and bad debt. You'll hear that on a lot of different aspects to researching mortgages or property, because your property, bad debt, car, right, is a car loan. Why? Well, credit card speaks for itself, but a car loan is bad debt because it goes down in value typically.
Depreciating, yeah.
And your house is going to appreciate, so that's good debt that you have something invested in rising for you.
Yeah. Exactly.
I do, but we encourage you to prepay. We still have that calculator on fortheplan.com. Go use that. Pay $25 extra a month, $30, $100, whatever you can on the mortgage. Pays off. Double up the payment if you can.
Yeah.
Saves thousands and thousands.
I actually saw something when I was, I want to say it was a TikTok, maybe Instagram, but it was if you pay payments bi-weekly throughout the year that you make an extra payment on your mortgage.
Yeah, so they used to have a service. It's not as popular now, biweekly payments, but it's right now. So you figure you're going to make 12 payments in 1 year, paying it monthly.
Yeah.
Biweekly, there's 52 weeks, 26 payments.
Oh,
so what happens is some of they actually have a service out there that would, I don't know if it's called biweekly RS or something like that. You know what I mean? 1-800 biweekly. But it used to be pretty popular where they would do it. They would take your house payment, and the lender would not accept it biweekly, so they would split it for you and send it in twice a month. And they would charge you. Kind of weird, right?
Yeah,
so they would pay it for you and make it happen. I don't know how they did that when the servicer wouldn't take it. But anyway, this is what they were doing. And it cost about $4 every time they made a payment. So it was $8 a month fee. When you ran the math, it was still an advantage to pay biweekly. And what I think most people don't understand is that you can get very, very similar results at no fee or by controlling it yourself and adding that little bit to your mortgage yourself. Biweekly, what does the additional principal equate to per year? And they would say, because they're applying it on the principal throughout the month. You remember the all-in-one loan?
Yeah.
Where they base that on basically the balance, running balance, and that keeps that payment down, I guess, for you. I don't know if I'm hard to explain on the radio. It's cash flow loan.
Yeah.
Right? We have that. Tough. Because as you get checks put into your account, they put down 20 grand. Let's say payroll's 20 grand. You have a good month. It goes down on that mortgage and you only pay interest on the existing balance.
And then it's sort of like a credit card in that regard.
I think so, yeah.
So paying it down when it gets deposited, kind of like a bank account, really.
It's a mortgage connected to it. It's a popular loan. They have them out there. We've offered it as well. We still have that available. Not very used, very popular because it's got a lot of mechanics to it, I would say. It's like, just give me the normal loan.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Right now, if I'm financing a house, so let's say your plan this new year is to get into a house. Down payment was a big part we talked about on last show. Lots of ways to work the down payment. It isn't a 20% down. Lots of 0 down, lots of 3%, lots of 5% down. So there's a lot of options, even depending on your credit score, that are pretty advantageous in today's market.
Yeah, exactly. I have a stat that nearly 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, including many high income earners, which highlights the financial strain across the income level.
Not putting any savings in the bank.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of 0 downs is what we're seeing. I think that it's either low down payment or a high down payment, because equity versus paycheck to paycheck.
But look, somebody bought a house 3 years ago, did 3% down. They've got it, and their net worth is now worth $20,000-$30,000 more than them renting. That statistic out about renters versus owners across America. Average renter, 10 grand. If you weren't listening earlier, it's 10 grand. Average net worth in the U.S. The average homeowner's net worth is 400. I know it's averages. Spread that out about everybody in America. That's a huge difference, though, from renting versus owning. I'll say, should I buy a house? When? Does it matter? Somewhat. Try and time the market. I think you can time yourself out of a good deal. Right now, properties seem to be sitting a little bit longer, in my opinion. Would you say?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, hands down. Like, we didn't talk about this before the show, but just based on the everyday calls we're getting, you feel the same way.
I think it depends on area and property. I think, like, we have a client that just went under contract today in Florida, and I wouldn't say, that property was sitting on market. He got $20,000 under asking with 5% seller paid closing costs. So, but around Charlotte area, if it's priced good, I think it's going to move quick.
Still quick. Yeah. Well, we've got, I've got a couple houses. One that's listed, not mine personally, but clients I know of. $1.1 million, I believe is their list price, Mooresville area. Another one, Huntersville. $400,000 was their list price. Nice. They're buying their new house now. We just got their loan approved today.
Oh yeah.
And neither one have sold theirs, and they've been on for a couple weeks. One specifically 1 week, 2 weeks, and so the market is changing.
Oh,
I think
the one
firsthand, I'm seeing it.
Yeah, that one on the higher price point, I've seen those sit a little bit longer.
I guess I was going to say that too. Price range makes a difference.
And then the other one that's been sitting for a little bit, I think it's priced a little high. My opinion. I think a lot of people, they told me, or they had said there's a lot of good traffic going through, but I think if they come down a little bit on the price, because I think that they were even talking, people have asked them about renting. A lot of people like the property, but...
Oh, okay, guys. Yeah, so price can have a lot to do with it, but we were in a market where people were overbidding.
Yeah.
And putting down extra due diligence.
Yeah.
That's totally gone.
Yeah, it's a different market now, for sure.
So you may, planning to sell and buy at the same time is harder than it was.
It is, yeah, for sure.
With where interest rates are, we have programs available for that. We have two things that I'll reference if you give us a call. 704-412-2727 is our number here at the studio, or after hours. You can catch us as well, or go to fortheplan.com. One is the journey. Depending if you're a first-time home buyer, this is some software sheet, actual website we'll send you separate from our normal website that you can kind of dig in to see what the programs are we offer along the journey. First-time home buyer, you've got a move-up buyer if you just had a kid. You've got buying your second home, or buying a vacation home, a rental property, then you downsizing and retirement. There's a lot of stages through the journey that we can help you with on a mortgage. So if that you're wondering, hey, what programs are out there? Where can you help if I want to buy an investment? There's programs out there we've talked about many times in the show. You don't have to have employment right now to get. Yeah. So you could park some dollars on investing in real estate and really get a lot further ahead.
And there's been a lot of programs that come up because of the market that we've gone into that wasn't necessarily around prior to COVID, I would say.
Tough times bring around good things.
Yeah. So like the bridge loans that we're doing, I would say that we're probably doing more than ever right now. And I think it's partially because of what you're saying of how houses are sitting a little bit longer. So people are just like, let's get on to the next house.
Well, and then it frees them up. When people go look at properties, do you think there's a difference when it's vacant or not vacant? I do.
I agree. I think that's why they stage the properties.
Okay.
Or how are you going about it?
Well, no, you're thinking kind of a different way than I was. I was thinking, when it's vacant, people are thinking, oh, this one I can get into right away. But you're right. There is a lot of points of staging a house to make it look good when they do move.
Yeah, seeing how the furniture fits in and things like that. I don't think
they stage a lot, but it looks really clean.
Yeah,
like that model home, the new construction, how they do a lot of those.
They got some AI now that they'll... They're able to like make furniture. Have you seen that on Zillow and things like that? It's pretty crazy.
What do you mean?
It'll be completely empty house and they'll add furniture where it looks.
You can add furniture where it looks?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Hey, awesome. Look, maybe you can even go stay the night there and you got a house. You don't even have to buy one. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to The Plan. Welcome back to The Plan. This is Brad Roche, joined with Jacob Roche in the studio, 704-412-2727, or go to fortheplan.com. The number 4theplan.com. Common activities around the Thanksgiving holiday. You hit a number one answer on Mortgage Feud, or Family Feud here.
Turkey.
It is watching. No, it's watching football.
Oh, it is.
Number one, family activity.
Oh, activity.
Okay. Now, number two, eating a big meal.
Is it watching football or playing football?
No, watching football.
Oh, okay.
You want to play football?
I hear that's very popular. A lot of people
popular.
They throw football after dinner or something like that. I've heard.
Watching football, eating a big meal, watching parades, playing board games, or the final one, because you ate too much, taking a walk.
Oh,
not too bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you have talked about plans. A lot of people traveling around the holidays, getting things. You plan to travel.
Yep.
And a lot of people plan to travel. I think that it can be expensive. It's another credit card. As people, you have to use credit cards in order to kind of like reserve a room, reserve an airline.
That's true.
So it's tough to not have a credit card in today's age. We left the break talking and having fun with AI and things like that that's out there. But, when it comes to a mortgage, there's advice out there that talks about you don't have to have a credit score. And I have ran into it several times. And I'm talking today, not 5 years ago, not talking a year ago. I'm not talking about guidelines. I'm talking about when a deal comes in and you don't have a credit score and I'm trying to get you an approval. It's very, very hard to do.
Yeah, it is.
And you get penalized if you can even get it done.
Yeah, it is.
There's no question.
It's hard. Yeah.
So in order to survive and get better deals, you almost have to have a credit card for, like I said, an airline ticket, a hotel reservation. And, those couple things, if you used them once or twice a year, would also help you towards a mortgage on your credit score, too. So if that would be the case. Now, people would say, well, if I don't have credit or I've had rough credit in the past, we can help you. We can do a soft pull. That means that we don't even pull your credit score. We just take a look at it and can give you advice towards the mortgage side and how to get that in shape to buy a house, and make sure that you do capture the best interest rate you can for whatever market it is. It's kind of silly that if interest rates are at 7%, for someone to take 8% if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you usually get that by an adjustment because of credit score, debt ratio, things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you have a issue with credit or where we can help you, go to fortheplan.com. You can drop a message there under the contact button as well at the top of the screen, and we'd be happy to chat with you on that and at least get you a feeling point going into the new year of what's the plan in order to get me into my new house. So if you do have any credit issues, want to take a look at it, our report is going to be different. It's not the same that you get on getting a credit card or a car.
One of the free ones that they have out there.
This is a mortgage credit report, which is a little bit higher risk. So you're going to see a little bit different scoring models that are used for that, which kind of stink. They're usually lower, but...
And if you are anti-credit card, I would recommend...
Anti-credit card.
There are some people that are out there.
Fair statement.
I had one this month, actually. I think it was last week, and he didn't have a credit score, and we weren't able to get him approved. So, I recommended just go and get a credit card and put a gas tank on it. You have to get it anyways and pay it off.
Pay it off right away. Some of the places where you can go if you have limited or no credit, if it were me, why not just go get a secured credit card? If you have some cash,
Yeah,
go to the bank and put it in there and tell them you want it reported to your credit. It's a secured credit card. That'd be the best way to do your way and no credit way.
Have you done that personally or?
A long time ago. I don't remember why I did it. Probably was trying to manage spending, I would think, as to why you can do this. It's a great way because think about it. If you have a $500 limit, that's $500 in cash you basically have in it.
Yeah.
So when you spend it, you just put it back in there and make it $500 again.
I've seen commercials on that. I personally haven't used it or I didn't know how they worked.
I think the difference would really, well, it's your cash, right? It's like an ATM that you're borrowing that reports to your credit report.
Yeah. Okay.
That's really, I guess, the easiest way to explain that. But if you don't have a score and you're thinking, well, Belk, Walmart, Target, some of those department store cards are technically easier to get, but they do charge higher interest. So if you are buying something, pay it off, buy something, pay it off real quick, and that builds your score right away.
And that's no interest, too, if you're paying it off right away.
Yeah. And you also could look at alternative credit, but that's still is not an easy route on a mortgage without penalties. They talk about these manual underwrites. Well, that changes the program and the pricing and rate and points and costs that a consumer gets.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you, like I was saying, if you are anti-credit, I would definitely recommend it.
It sounds like...
get some savings.
Yeah, right. So 704-412-2727. You've been listening to The Plan, myself and Jacob, 3 generations in the mortgage business. Go to fortheplan.com. Check out some of our past shows. We do have a breakfast networking at the lake coming up. Sounds like fun. Breakfast after Turkey Day. I don't think so. I'm doing more turkey sandwiches. But if you're doing some planning for the new year, January 23rd, 10 a.m. to noon, you can click on that link on our website and join us. We have a lot of professionals from around the Lake Norman area coming in quarterly, and we hang out and get to know each other and then go for some additional meetings to expand who we meet there at those events. Had some great people there. Mortgage Planner University.
Yeah, we haven't brought that up in a while. It's 6 hours of us talking on mortgages. How to go get one, what to do.
Sounds exciting. Sounds exciting.
It is. I would say the most exciting part is the certificate that you get after to put towards closing costs.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if you turn this in before the end of the year, so you go to fortheplan.com, there's a link on here to Mortgage Planner University. If you are interested in buying a house this upcoming year, you complete Mortgage Planner University. It's 6 hours of training. You'll get a discount certificate that for $500 off.
And I would say it's more than just that savings because now you know what you're doing.
I would agree. You got some better options where you can negotiate a little bit better. You're going to save a lot more than $500 is what you're getting at. But I'll tell you, if you get it done by the end of the year and you're planning to buy a house, we'll double it for our Black Friday special.
Yeah, there we go.
Give you $1,000 off closing costs. You can use that. Also, if you have PMI insurance, we're going to include for 5 years up to $1,000 deductible on your home insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good deal.
Yeah, until the end of the year.
And we'll cover you. We got you covered. Go to fortheplan.com. Mortgage management, big deal that is going on there. You can scan that code. Make sure you load in your house. Get the value report printed out for you every month. It comes right to you. See what's selling around you. Shop for houses without being bothered, texted, called. Do you want to buy that?
Yeah.
You're just shopping around the neighborhood, taking care of your mortgage. Just know the neighborhood. It's important.
It's got a good buyer search. It's similar to Zillow, but like you were saying, no calls. And it gives you a scale, I would say, similar to Auto Trader, good, bad, medium buy.
I think it's better.
Don't buy a bad buy.
Don't buy bad. Now, have you been down to the lights at the night?
I have not yet.
You have plans to do that?
Yeah, probably not plans yet. I'm thinking about it. I'm probably gonna go some weekend coming up soon here.
That's a good time. They were doing hockey games down there, I heard. And have you gone to any of that in the prior years where they actually did a hockey game on the field?
No, I did I went ice skating there though.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, where they do the ice or the hockey.
We've got a list of events that are going on. Turkey Day Parade and the Turkey Trot's done, but lights and the Christmas show, Southern Christmas Show, I believe that's actually wrapped up now.
Oh, wow.
So if not, check there's a link on there. You can check for their hours and things. So some of our past shows are on here as well at fortheplan.com. We've got a series of different past shows you can check out. We had special guests on from financial planners to real estate investors to property investors that help you through your journey. One thing I want to highlight, we don't talk about too much, is planning about buying an investment property as well.
Yeah, that's great. And it plays a couple times a week that we're on.
We have a webinar that'll come on, I believe it's every Wednesday and Saturday, you can subscribe and check out the webinar that happens on investment property. It goes through some of the ideal properties that you'd be looking for. We break them down into 4 different categories: long-term, short-term, and a couple other ones. Won't give it all away on the air. Managing the mortgage money, how you manage that to keep going and buying additional properties. Management of the LLC operating agreement, when, how, advantages and partnerships, as well as the portfolio, how you can maintain that actually in the software we provide you today for free. You can go get that managed. And if you have 2, 3 properties, you can actually load those up as well. Now, we have a few properties that are still highlighted at fortheplan.com, all with up to $2,500 or $3,500. And this one is pretty unique. I think it's probably one of the best ways to buy right now, which is a 1.0 buy down.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Why do you agree with that?
Interest rates lower mainly, but also anything that you don't use of the buy down goes up, gets applied back to the principal.
And that's probably the biggest point in the whole program.
Yeah.
You pay less now, and if you get out early, meaning refinance under our 5-year pledge, you're also 5-year pledge is going to give you a big credit when you come back to refinance. But you'll also get that any unused interest for that first year, and you can do a 2-year buy down, 3-year. But I highly recommend the 1-year buy down because actually we can cover it for them.
Yeah, we had advised that last week to a client looking for a 15-year. They had a 6.49 is what they got quoted, but we said to take a 7 and go with a 6 for your first year and refi after 1 year.
Get their money refunded. You've been listening to The Plan. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to The Plan. This is Jacob Roche, the mortgage planner, your co-host, 704-412-2727, or check out fortheplan.com. I think since we're in the Thanksgiving season, well, I guess we're a day past now, but I say we talk about the connection that real estate will have on the Thanksgiving market, I guess you could say. So typically, I would say we've been a bit quieter than usual.
Yeah, this time of year gets a little quieter. I would agree.
Home sales just around the nation, especially with the agents that I've talked with or other loan reps in our company, it seems like this is a slower time. I think it's a lot of holiday season going on.
Who wants to do that? You think about you want to pack up all your stuff, Thanksgiving and all that jazz, or Christmas stuff and move out early. It's tougher.
Yeah, it's fair. And I think a lot of what we have going right now seems like people that are moving for a reason.
Yeah, they do. They have a good reason. Some have good reasons. I can think of a couple of clients that are just wanted to get a bigger house, and timing was right, and also wanted to be in before the holidays. You're kind of getting to the point of maybe after the holidays is when you get in. But when you talk slower market, you got to hear opportunity.
Yeah. When me and you were talking on those 2 clients that we have right now that are looking to sell and buy at the same time, their houses are sitting a little longer, whether it's 400 price point that they're selling or at $1 million. I think that just around this time is a rougher time to list your house.
In the program we have, NOC covers 6 months of their mortgage payment in the deal on the exiting house. Is that how you say that?
Yeah,
the departing.
Yeah.
The house you live in now, they're going to yank the equity out, go put it on the new house, so you get a lower payment on the new house. That starts in about 2 months after you close, and then you got this NOC program that will actually cover your mortgage payment for 6 months through using the equity you've built up on your existing home.
Like I was saying earlier, we've probably done more bridge loans than we've done since I've been working here.
A lot of locked up equity.
Yeah, I think it's primarily because it's an imbalance there because of equity being so high versus cash being lower. This bridge loan NOC, I mean, they even 6 months no payments, but also they don't even include your debt to income.
We don't have that. See, that's the big deal too. As I mentioned earlier in the show about how it's harder to qualify now with rates being up, then you want to be able to exit your house and buy the new one before yours sells. So that's common right now.
Yeah, and the I would say the big thing about NOC is that if you go and get a standard bridge loan at a bank, you pay your old house or your departing house payment plus the new house payment plus, and correct me if I'm wrong, but plus the bridge loan too.
That advance, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it cuts a good bit out of your debt to income.
Some of them may put here, you have to count it no matter what, but some of them may include some of the repayment in the bridge loan for their program.
Oh, okay.
But like that, the equity advance, maybe not their first mortgage, but see, this program is covering your existing mortgage, 100% of it for 6 months, through the equity that you've built up. So it's not like they're giving you free 6-month money. They're pulling it from your equity. So they set aside 6 months. The kicker on this is we don't have to use it in your debt ratio. So if you are looking to move, how do I do that? Man, this has been the answer for several clients.
Yeah, I think there's been a few that came in that didn't qualify somewhere else, and then now we can qualify them because we don't have to use their old house payment.
It's about a 2.5% fee to unlock the door on knock. That's what it's coming out to. So it's about a 2.5% fee, and that gets you your equity. So you put away 6 months, you pay a couple points on it, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
But the nice part is what if the house doesn't sell in the first 60 days, 90 days? You still got 3 more months that you can work with them to be able to get this house sold. I think it gives you a lot of advantages, and to the lender, meaning us, huge advantages because we don't have to count that house payment anymore or an equity line of credit. Now, I will tell you that I have a client going through the process now that we are getting a line of credit to do the same thing. And I'll tell you why. Because they qualify for both houses. They qualify great for both houses and the equity line. And it's a lot cheaper. The equity line of credit is only a $500 deal, one-time hit, and then they're going to advance the money. So it's a lot cheaper on them.
Yeah, that's cheap money. And if you come to us prior to looking to go buy a house, we can recommend these things to you to make sure you get the most savings. So have a HELOC set up for your next house purchase down payment so that you don't have to use knock, preferably.
Yeah, or at least know the options and let's go the cheapest route we possibly can, which is 704-412-2727, our dial to the office here. Now, 30-year fixed is at 6.93 as an average rate. It is down about a tenth. 15 years at 6.35, FHA 6.25, jumbo hitting just over 7 at 7.17, and 5/1 arms are at 6.95. Not much of an advantage for that one at 7%. You've got a 30-year VA at 6.25. So your government loans are riding around 6, lower 6s, and your conforming loans are riding around just under that 7%. Interesting, we do have an increase coming where the conforming loan limit now is in the mid-7s, and will be going to about 800, so it allows you to purchase without getting to that jumbo. But you've seen a little bit of difference in that pricing now. Expectations for rates, a lot of people thought they would be down by now, and we just haven't seen it happen. Today being a good day, this week being a good day, it's how do you time it? That's what I think we're talking about now. You can't, but you got to get in because it's way better than renting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Huge
you're
difference.
right. And I mean, we've been waiting for the past, since September 18th, I think it was, when they said they were going to do the 50 bip rate cut. We've only seen it really trend upward since then. But recently, over these past 2 weeks, we've seen it stay kind of steady from what I've seen. Would you agree? Steady over the past 2 weeks?
I was just reading on something that we forgot to make sure that everybody listening, being Black Friday, something that we offer on our website. You just have to reach out, grab it on the website. It is Homebuyer Privilege Program, which is a free website to you with over 300,000 different vendors. 300,000 different stores like Lowe's, Papa John's, ADT, 1-800-Flowers, tons of them that are on there. This is something that's included in every one of our mortgages that you get access to for 12 months. It has hundreds and hundreds of discounts for you. So on Black Friday, this would be a great opportunity to get some savings off there. A guy was just telling me about a Dell computer, saved $50. Just looked on it before he went to the store.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, pretty cool. So 50 here, 50 there. It makes a big difference. So if you're planning on getting a mortgage, get into the plan with the mortgage planners. Go to fortheplan.com, download that. We're going to give it to you now. Why? Because we want you to give us a shot at the next mortgage or someone you may know looking to buy a house here in the new future or refinance later.
Imagine using those savings from our Homebuyer Privilege Program with Black Friday. I'm sure you get all kinds of savings there.
Got to get the app. It has an app too you can download. So we encourage you to check it out, fortheplan.com. Any questions, comments, sly remarks that you can give us back for the show, we would love to cover them on our next episode at fortheplan.com. Just go to the comments section. So 704-412-2727. We're going to be rounding down 2024 and coming into the house, which we have a great episode that'll be coming up on that, where we talk a little bit about getting it ready for the next year in your house and some things, whether you're planning to sell, stay, or manage the property right, mortgage right. We cover a lot of different things on that show. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be coming out in December. We've also got the Passport to Carolinas. If you've been relocating or thinking about relocating to the Carolinas, or have a friend or family member that you could forward a great magazine to, you can go to fortheplan.com. There's a relocation button on there. Check out Passport to Carolinas. Cool fact, some of the movies that were done here. One you know of. Name it now. One movie that was produced right around here.
I was going to say Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, you were right. I knew that one. Nice. Now, there's also...
right around here, actually, where we're at in the studio, Talladega Nights was filmed.
Right around here, huh?
Yeah, and it was in the peninsula in Cornelius. It's a big old house back in the peninsula neighborhood.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now, I knew that because we have it on our list, but I didn't know where the house was at. That's pretty cool. We have all the seating charts for a lot of seating charts for all the events. We also have wineries and distilleries that are all around. Links to all of them. The Green Mile, you ever seen that movie?
I haven't. No.
That one was located here with Tom Hanks in it. They also have Bill Durham. That one rings a bell. I don't know as though I've seen that.
I haven't seen
Talladega Nights is on here, buddy. Forrest Gump. Did you know that was done here in North Carolina?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. So you can check out some of these popular movies in our Passport to Carolinas. Lots of different ones. Obviously, the Hunger Games. I've been out to that one. That's not too far from here.
Yeah.
Pretty cool to walk around the different camps and the actual bakery that was on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was a good movie. It's still going. I think they just came out with one.
Now, here's what's funny. I got 6 movies here, and we have seen, how many can you say? You see the screen here. If you go to For the Plan, you can check this out as well. But I have seen 2, 3, 4 of them out of the 6.
Yeah, I'm 3 for 6.
So if you need something for Thanksgiving, buddy, we got Passport to Carolinas. Watch a movie you may not even know you were missing. So pretty fun stuff. 704-412-2727. Also, anything else you want to cover? Make sure we're hitting all that. Thanksgiving's been great. Black Friday, watch the debt we're talking about. It makes a big difference on your debt ratio.
I would say make sure you check out and get planned on some things. Christmas events? What do you call those that we have on the
the Christmas events at fortheplan.com. That one has some cool stuff on it. You actually can go. We talked a little bit about it. I mean, the lights that are on there, going down there. If you've not done that, that's a good time.
Those are the top, I would say, events in Charlotte. So I would be sure to check those out at some point during December.
For sure.
To make sure that the festivities and whatnot.
All of it listed at fortheplan.com. We also talked about one of our events that we have coming up here soon, the breakfast networking event. Say that 3 times fast. But we'll be gathering at Lake Norman after the new year. So if you're a business owner, business networker, and salesperson and looking to network with other professionals, whether it be in real estate, attorneys, financial planners, CPAs, the list goes on. We've had plumbers, we've had contractors, we've had a lot of people who are looking to grow their business, be a part of that networking group, and you're welcome to join us.
It'll be the first time that we're doing this. Typically we're doing them in the evenings, but we shifted to breakfast networking. We're going to have some good breakfast spread there with coffee, but mainly just for connections.
A lot of good people have showed up. We had well over 120 now come through our networking events, and we're going to be moving it to, like Jacob had said, into the morning. So I think we will see a little bit different crowd as well as some new. And we're going to go from about 10 to noon, where we'll feed you, take care of you, get to know you, see if we're a good fit to help your business. We know we will partner with a lot of businesses in the area that we're able to help promote. We have Mortgage Planner Favorites, which is one of my cool pages on our site after a client closes. They actually get 3 different gift cards to a place to go enjoy, introduce themselves to, and we partner with them because hopefully they'll return back for business, which has been pretty cool. All local, some of our favorites. Got to check it out, man.
All the favorites.
We're out of time, brother. I hear the music cueing us. Go to fortheplan.com. All of that we've talked about and more. And of course, if you need a mortgage, please check us out. We'd like to be one of your options. Let us compare a quote. Make sure you got a plan. See you next time.